And what's going on, you bastards? Welcome back to another Grand Summoners video, where today we're going to be doing a little, I don't like to say it, but showcase. Just showing, like, how dope Cosmic Streak Valerie is, especially with that SP art, man. That SP art, Roy's is really good, Empress is really good, but I don't know, there's something about this one that, I don't know, just maybe the color difference and whatever, like, I don't know. Anyways, sorry this video's been delayed. I had I wanted to change up the editing on this one, but I don't really have time to put a lot of effort towards editing right now, so we're just gonna do kind of normal, low effort. All right, so we're going to be starting off going on the Specs Hyper stage of the Kenshin collab. Yeah, this is where you fight Kenshin. So the team we're rocking is going to be pretty standard. We got Shiro and Hoka, of course. Then we got Holy Knight Roy. And then we do have Valerie herself. And while we got the gameplay going on in the background, we'll talk about her kit a little bit, what crest to have, all that good fun stuff while, you know, we got the background going. So on her, first off, her slots are 6-star physical, 5-star physical, and 4-star support, or 4-star heal if you got her to LB7, which I think she could be a worthy candidate to do so. Skill. 13-second CT, 1500% water damage physical. For 10 seconds, reduce enemies' damage resistance by 20%. Which, if you're looking at the 13-second CT and then, oh, for 10 seconds, it reduces damage resistance, right? Like, how are you supposed to stack that? Well, funny enough, in her art, you do 18,000% water damage physical. For 30 seconds, increase own attack and skill CT by 150%. And if you didn't want to invest, like if you didn't want to waste the arts on that for Valerie, you could also use Sanosuke, who on his true arts, for his allies, is 75% skill CT and BE output. But then for water element allies, it doubles it. So, I mean, yeah, you can use Sanosuke to get that going for her, so you don't have to keep using the arts on her. Valerie's true arts, 70,000% water damage physical for 30 seconds. Allies ignore 100% of enemies' defense and increase water allies' damage by 200%, which seems really, really insane. Like that, there's so many hard hitters on mono water that, I mean, yeah, it'll be pretty nutties. But I mean, even if you're not running mono water, you will miss out on that 200%. But I mean, you'll have the 100% defense ignore. I don't have shadow myself, so yeah, that could definitely help. I think Veldora also has defense ignore. There's a few units creeping out now that have defense ignore. All right, and the super arts, that is 180,000% water damage physical. Increase current super arts damage multiplier by an additional 10 times own attack %. Additionally, heal lowest allies HP by 60%. So if you do Specker crest out with attack, or I don't know, attack all stats up, just I don't know, some of the exclusive crests out there. I had a crest, I think it was from Palamecia. It was a 3-star, but then I eventually got rid of it. It gave some evasion, I believe, and then it also gave 300 attack. I wish I got a 4-star crest version of that, but yeah, I mean, yeah, additional attack, you feed that in, that'll make her super arts hit that much harder. So imagine, you know, you get the damage reduction on the enemy, or damage resist on the enemy with her skill, and then, you know, your arting and stuff like that, increasing your attack, and then you have, you know, the true arts defense ignore, and then you whip out the super arts, and it could look pretty insane, her numbers. And then her passive, increase own damage by 60% for each ally above 70% HP, max 240%. Does not stack. So in case she didn't hit insanely hard already, then you got a little bit of her passive right there. And then you also have increase own arts by 5 per second when above 90% HP. And then increase physical equip CT by 20%. And then her true equip, true rising star. So the skill with that, 50-second CT, 9,000% water damage physical, reduce enemies' water resistance by 40% for 10 seconds. Additionally, if user is water, increase own accuracy by 30% for 10 seconds. And if that right there does sound familiar to you, it's because there's a character who literally released right before Valerie, whose true weapon, I thought, I'm just like, dang, that sounds really familiar. That sounds like Sanosuke's true weapon. And then you look at them side by side. They are literally, they have the same effect. They both, the duration times, the percentages, it's pretty funny. I was like, damn, they just copy and paste. Valerie came out 11 months ago, so with Sanosuke, they just like copy and pasted it, and, you know, but don't make it look obvious. Equipped by Valerie, which in her Japanese name originally was Swordswoman Valerie, Star Swordswoman Valerie, but now we have Comet Streak Valerie, which I don't know. I'm a little iffy about that. When equipped by her, increase own attack by 50% and arts 2 per second. Does not stack. Increase own HP recovery by 5%, which can be important because on Valerie's true arts, she does heal. It's not just allies, right? Well, it says heals lowest allies HP by 60%, but I believe when it's worded like that, that can include herself. Because looking at her passive, that, you know, the 60% for each ally above 70% HP, max 240%, that would include her right there. I know GS sometimes ain't super clear on, you know, allies, you know, and excluding own self, whatnot. All right, let's talk a little bit about who she could be ran well with. Who would be good team cohesion? Like I talked about earlier, you do have Shiro, you do have Holy Knight Roy, you do have Hoka. Jay is also really good. Beta would also be really good. I'd probably say Beta would be better than Shiro because Valerie does have some of those HP requirements for her own damage for each ally above 70%. And then when she herself is above 90% HP, that's when she gets the arts 5 per second. So you want to keep everyone on the team relatively healthy. So Beta does do a pretty good job at that. I mean, Hoka as well, because Beta does heal allies by 25%. And you also get a barrier. Also looking at Valentine Sestina, if you're one of the 5 people who actually got her, and whatnot. I tried to, man, but it wasn't meant to be, right? Because she can increase attack and defense, but if you know with Valerie, you also, like, Valerie really scales well off attack. So the more attack you give her, the better her super arts is going to be. And then if you ended up getting Bizette, like I was just talking about with increasing attack, Bizette on her arts can increase all stats. You know, again, that would include attack. That's like HP, defense, attack, and whatnot. So that feeds into her super arts being even that much more deadly. And she also, on her true arts, reduces water resistance, which Valerie's water. And I am looking at the global only characters right now. If I did the unreleased, I mean, you could have Kamijo Toma, Star Swordsman Rosetta, Original Witch Celia, some Mira. We don't have those characters yet, so I'm just focusing on what Global has. And talking about that team I just listed, though, man, it can be kind of expensive, right? So Shiro, a crossover. Fate's been back, Fate's come by 2 times, I believe, already. Beta, the Eminence and Shadow, is only coming around once. Kill la Kill has come around once with these ascended characters. With Creature and Hoka, if it was the OG Kill la Kill, they were around like 27,000 million trillion times. And what's good about Valerie in her kit, right, is that she's not really restricted by you know, really any team. I mean, if you want to make the most out of her kit, then increase water allies damage by 200% on her true arts. But other than that, no, she's not like, oh, if this was like water, you know, her damage scales off the amount of water enemies she has. That could be a real bummer. But I mean, it does, but it's an HP restriction, which honestly isn't that crazy. So any unit really that does physical damage up or whatever, increases attack, lowers enemies like physical resistance and stuff like that, because Valerie is a physical hitter. You know, you could do a lot of different team comps. Like, I think I tried this one time on stream or something like that. I used Rin and Luvia, and then I did their true arts, did the physical damage up, and this Valerie hits so goddamn hard. All right, so let's try the free practice right here. We'll do this team right here. We'll give it a go. And this enemy doesn't really die, right? Is this the one that the enemy doesn't really die? Super recovery, train for 180. Okay, so yeah, we got 3 minutes to kind of do whatever we want here, right? So we're gonna do the super arts on Hoka. I'm really bad at commentating while I'm actually playing the game. I don't know, the boomer mentality, man. I'm getting old, right? So we're almost hitting our super arts Valerie, but what we can do, right? So looking at our skill, you know, it's the increases damage to enemy by 20% for 10 seconds, right? So we want to try to get that up. So we're gonna activate Valerie's arts, right? And then we're going to do her true arts, which does give some defense ignore and increase water units damage by 200% for 30 seconds. So we got to do this all kind of quick. So we want to activate her arts, true arts, and then super arts all within that 30 seconds, which her arts is up, right? So I probably should have brought someone to... yeah, whatever. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. And I do normally run Sanosuke's true weapon with Valerie's true weapon. Because, okay, we're going to try to true arts with Hoka. We'll true arts with Shiro to get that physical. That's physical resistance. We're going to lower that. Then we're going to do this with Hoka. Now, if we Phantom Bullet with Roy, is that gonna reduce his enemy's physical resistance by 100? Okay, yeah. So we're gonna do that with Roy, and then we'll use this True Equip too. I use this on Hoka. Now for Valerie, we're gonna whip out all her stuff, right? We'll just do everything, man. See how that's going right here. So Valerie, right now, we'll look at after that. I know, I kind of forget that this is a thing sometimes. After all that build up with Valerie right there, she accelerates in damage, man. That was pretty insane what she just did right there. Like I should have looked at it before she did her super arts, but yeah, that was a lot. Let me reset all that, and then we'll try to do that again. So Hoka, I'll keep our arts going. I don't know, I'll just do that. So we'll cycle through that all again. With Roy, we'll just use his super art so we can get the arch gen. And her equipped to the I've been using Empress's outfit because I think Empress's outfit is actually like really good. You know, it's increase all allies arch gauge by 15. And if user's water unit reduces all allies damage taken by 10%. So a little bit of defensive capabilities right there. All right. So, okay, let me look at Roy. Let's Valerie. Valerie's at 25 million. We already arted. We already true arts. And I think we already... Okay, let me get that with Hoka down. I think I already had that, actually. And the physical damage down is with Shiro also. So Valerie's going to do all her damage. Crits galore. Blah, 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 blah. She's done, right? No, she was still going. Okay, she's done. We're going to take another look at it. And yeah, she just explodes with damage, man. She's crazy. So I think in summary, Valerie is an insane DPS character. She can hit insanely hard. She can work really well if you have enough support. Like, again, I was talking about crossover unit. Roy, you might not have gotten Roy before. Beta, you might not have gotten Beta before. So with these pretty much solely damaging characters, you do have to build a little bit of a team around them because they are kind of selfish characters. You know, you gotta have you know, defense, you need arts genning, you know, maybe some status cleansing and all that stuff. So I mean, if you have the team, as you can see, she can really accelerate there. But anyway, bastards, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
But first, hi there. If you liked what you saw, thank you.